Alright guys, welcome back to another very special episode of Grim Reaper RC, and in today's video we're going to be going over Traxxas vs Arrma. It is one of the most controversial topics in the RC community, so let's get right into it. Grab your RC, do some wrenching, do some cleaning, do whatever you gotta do, and we're going to be going over a bunch of different RC cars from each company and why I like either one and why I think one company is the best in the end. And make sure you guys stay tuned for that conclusion towards the end of the video, so let's get right into it. So before we get into the video where I compare Arrma versus Traxxas and tell you guys which company I think is personally the best, I'm going to show you a quick clip of me driving a Sur-Ron Light BX. At the time of filming this, why we're inside, not outside driving some RCs is because it's snowing, and it's actually snowing heavily where I am right now. So I will show you guys a clip of me driving the Sur-Ron Light BX in the snow, and then we'll get right into the comparison. So starting off the comparison, we're going to be talking about the 6S Arrma Felony. As you guys can see, I do have this thing basically completely upgraded. We do have the carbon fiber front lip on here, bash bumper on there, custom painted flame body. We have the silver tires on here. We have some lights. We have an upgraded servo and a few more fins, carbon fiber pieces, everything like that. The electronic system is actually the same on the inside of here, so no upgraded motor and no upgraded ESC. Whereas on the Traxxas Maxx Slash, which is kind of a comparison between these two style cars, they're both 1/7 scale, so they're in and around the same scale size. It's just what these cars do. Now, they're about the same speed, which is another thing, too. I did use my GNS tracker and did a speed comparison. So these are basically the same speed. Now, this one goes off-road. This one burns tires. So it's just, what do you like doing? Do you like drifting, or do you like bashing and crashing and having some fun? Both of these are extremely cool models, and I think both of these give an absolute perfect point to each company. Now, here's the thing, though. If we were to compare it to the Mojave 6S, I would choose Traxxas any day over it, but I'm not going to be comparing those two together. I actually have a better comparison for those two. I think the Traxxas UDR, which I do have, you guys have seen on my channel, is a better comparison between the Mojave 6S. Between the UDR. They're both 6S vehicles. Now, I would choose the UDR over the Mojave absolutely any day. So that is another point towards Traxxas. So right now we do have 2-to-1 for Traxxas. And if we go up even more and we talk about the Granite 8S or the Creighton 8S or the, I forget what the other name of the 8S vehicle is from Arrma. But if we compare the 8S vehicle to Maxx 8S, you guys have seen videos of Maxx's going 30 feet in the air. I feel like every single time an Arrma goes 30 feet in the air, the rear diff is broken or the front diff is broken. Now, I've had to do so much maintenance on the diffs on this RC car here, and I've only driven it about, I think I've actually had 20 or 30 charges on the batteries between them. Now, I do maintenance on all of my RC cars every single time I drive them, but breaking them down all the way to the point where you have to add grease every single time is a little bit crazy. Now, I do have O-rings and I do have some washers and spacers to make sure that nothing bleeds through on this RC, but it still does happen. Now, the thing is, between the Traxxas RCs, their cars just withstand the test of time. My Maxx holds up, my Maxx Slash holds up, my Slash that I have had for so long, which you guys have just seen in the previous video yesterday of the Maxx Slash compared to the Slash. You saw the comparison between them. I've had my Slash for over about 10, 13 years, and it's still holding up the test of time. All right, so we're going to take a quick break over there from the quick comparison, and I'm going to show you guys what I have been working on. We are uploading every single day in the 2025 season, which is absolutely insane. This is currently my project wall of stuff that I am working on. If there is an RC on the wall here, it means that I am currently doing something to it, and if there's other parts on here, it means that I am doing more builds to it later on in the future. This is my shop area right here. So we do have the 1/4 scale Losi Pro Moto. We just did a video on the top 10 items that I used to make it look nice and clean. We have the 1/10 scale Bronco that I haven't been able to take out recently, but I will be able to coming up soon. I did about a month ago, and I did a video where I was running in the daytime with this one in a very sunny area. And then at the same day, in a different location, it was snowing, and I used that RC with the tire chains and everything. We do have RC Sparks' Beast 2 over here, which I don't take out too much because of how expensive it is. And then obviously we have Optimus Prime up there with the trailer and everything, which I will do another video later on, which I talked about previously in the last video. I plan on doing a video where I break down all of the functions and controls of Optimus Prime, because there are so many different things. There's probably even some stuff I'm going to forget, so I might even have 2 videos on that later on in the future. I do plan everything down, write everything down for videos and stuff, but things still do get forgotten, just like a few of the upgrades on the 1/4 scale Pro Moto I didn't talk about, and there's a bunch of different things I didn't talk about with the 1/10 scale Bronco. So let's go ahead and get over to the bench again, and we will get back to the comparison. So with all of this being said, I hope you guys so far have gotten along and agreed with me so far that there are a few more points to Traxxas than there are to Arrma, especially with the UDR and all of the different vehicles that Traxxas has made along the way. Now, Arrma does have, we talked about the Mojave, the Granite, the Creighton, and there are a few other 8S vehicles that are pretty cool. They do have some cool 6S vehicles, but let's talk about the Fire Team. The Fire Team was a train wreck. Same with, I have to say, I think the Rustler Traxxas vehicle is an absolute train wreck. I think the Rustler and the Bandit are complete train wrecks. I think the Drag Slash was a train wreck. I think the Maxx Slash, the X-Max, the UDR, the Slash, obviously, all of the different Slash platforms that are available are what make Traxxas so absolutely insane. Now, don't forget, they've made the TRX4, where I almost called them Axial. Arrma doesn't even have any crawler RCs. Now, Traxxas also has drift car RCs, where Arrma has this as a drift vehicle, but they don't really have much else. They are starting to get into 1/10 scale vehicles and smaller RC cars. So I do have to give my personal conclusion is that I think personally Traxxas is the better company between the two. Does that mean I don't like Arrma? No, I absolutely love Arrma. I mean, take a look at this RC car. It looks so absolutely insane. So of course I do love Arrma as a company, but I do think Traxxas is the better company between the two. Now, between Traxxas and Axial, that's another story which we will talk about later on in the very near future. So make sure you guys subscribe, turn on the post notification button, and like and comment down below what you guys think and what you want to see next in this channel and in this series. I am uploading every single day in the 2020-25 year, which is going to be absolutely insane. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that as well. So with that all being said, I hope you guys aren't disappointed in me with my opinion in Arrma or my opinion in Traxxas. Even though I know a bunch of you are probably commenting right now that Traxxas has asbestos in their chassis and everything like that. But I'm completely okay with that because I've had a few Traxxas fires and I've probably breathed in enough asbestos from my old company. So it's really not that big of a deal. I'm completely fine with it. As you guys can see here, I do have the Slash on the Slash, Maxx Slash, right here, which is pretty cool. I do have the 4000 kV Easy Run 3556 motor with the Max 10 ESC. I do have an upgraded servo inside of here. Absolutely everything is done to this. And to be honest with you guys, if I had to choose one RC between the two, I'm not saying one bad thing about another, but this is only good for street. And it goes super fast. It does really go fast. And you can burn tires and drift, which is absolutely awesome. But what you can do is you can burn tires and drift on the dirt with this. And it doesn't cost as much because you don't have to switch the wheels out all the time. And it's so much stress on the powertrain and everything like that that you have to do so much maintenance to this RC. So in conclusion, I am a little bit more tilted towards all of the Traxxas products, and that is why I think my conclusion is that Traxxas is one of the better companies between Traxxas and Arrma. In the next video, we probably will do Traxxas versus Axial, so make sure you guys subscribe and stay tuned for that. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, turn on the post notification button. That way you guys get notified whenever I upload a really cool or informational video just like this one, or one where we talk good and bad about certain companies. That doesn't mean I don't like either of these companies. I do love both of them. So please keep that in mind as well. And make sure for the keyboard warriors, you watch all of my other videos where you see I have Tamiya, Kyosho, all of that other stuff as well. And I will see you all in the very next episode of Grim Reaper RC, which will be tomorrow.